What's going on, guys? Welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Thank you for joining us today. As always, right here on Red Carpet, we bring you the latest in entertainment news, in sports, in film, and television from around the world. Due to the COVID-19, we are very much still in the midst of a global pandemic. Things are starting to look a little better, but we're still working from home and our shows look and sound a little different. But right here on Red Carpet, we continue to monitor how this pandemic is affecting both the entertainment and sports industry. And with that said, let's get on with the show. And we start the show with some history in sports, at least on the publishing side. The iconic magazine Sports Illustrated has a new motto. 28-year-old Tanaya White from Baltimore, Maryland, that is rocking an afro like never before, at least in the magazine's history. Posting a series of photos and videos on Instagram from the magazine shoot, the model wrote, quote, "I'm excited to represent for my black women, my dark-skinned women, and my kinky hair girls who are struggling to love their hair. I'm proud to help push the movement for more visibility of black women in the modeling/entertainment industry. And I'm excited to promote self-love, confidence, and dreaming." Many people are happy that Tanai is rocking that fro and representing for the culture. People around the world continue to speak out against racism. South African cricketer Lundi Ngidi says, quote, "It is something we have to take seriously and like the rest of the world is doing, take a stand." Veteran cricketer Makai Antini expressed how lonely he often felt during his time in sports. "I would watch friends calling each other and making plans right in front of me, and I would not be invited. I would even see them walk inside the breakfast room and not come sit next to me." He continued saying that, "We played in the same team and shared the same bus, but I always felt alone." In the US, basketball season has started, and Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving is already pledging $1.5 million to supplement the paychecks of women players in the WNBA who have decided not to play this season, either to support social justice causes or because of coronavirus. And right here on Red Carpet, we give a salute to Kyrie Irving for showing the true spirit of sportsmanship and leadership. The US city of Cleveland in Ohio is boosting artists of color following protests against racial injustice. Megan Lipovitz has our story.
After windows shattered, doors opened. Cleveland organizations created the Voices of Cle Public Art project after George Floyd's death. The goal, commission artists of color to paint over storefronts that were boarded up after windows were broken during protests in late May.
A, to beautify streets. B, to give artists, especially those of color, a platform and an opportunity to express themselves in this moment.
Most protesters who took to the streets in the weeks following George Floyd's death were peaceful, and now art continues that legacy.
A lot of artists responded as, awesome. Here is a time that we now have the world's attention, right? We have the world's attention. Let us use art as a way to start these conversations.
When the boards come down, Heather Holmes says the Cleveland Public Library steps in. Holmes says the library will be documenting the art and sending historians to interview the creatives.
Capture, the intention, if there's a piece name, the inspiration, and really document this project and these artists and their feelings and the emotion as part of Cleveland's history.
Now the project has expanded beyond boarded up shops to include outdoor displays and more permanent installations.
Structurally, artists of color are not given very many opportunities to participate and have their works commissioned on a platform and scale of this magnitude. And that's not germane to Cleveland. That's, across the country and the world. As
America reckons with racism, artists like Gwen Garth aim to continue the conversation.
Hopefully to heal some things, trying to wake people up to what's happening. trying to show how racism overshadows all our lives.
Cumberland Development commissioned Garth's art for the Fifth Street Arcades, an indoor shopping venue in Cleveland that had been impacted by looting.
I was looking for an outlet to, not just clean up the building and wash it away.
One way that we can solve the racial problems or discrimination problems is that first we examine ourselves. And then, so most of my work, I want people to examine themselves.
Brandon Graves' work was also commissioned through Voices of Clee.
I want people to see it and say, oh, wow, that's a strong Black woman. She's been through some things.
Graves says he began painting when he was in prison, and now he works to inspire others through his art.
I like to portray an inspirational message for people that need inspiration, for anybody. You could be, Black, white, old, young, male, female.
Now artists work to uplift the city.
Whoever sees this, I wish you much love and success and joy, and be safe.
And continue toward justice.
I feel a little bit that my city's changing, that my hometown is trying to get it.
One painting at a time. Megan Leibowitz, VOA News, Cleveland.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama has launched her new podcast on Spotify, part of a deal the Obama's production company Higher Ground signed with the streaming service last year. Her first guest, husband Barack Obama, in what the podcast describes as an intimate conversation about community, the love that powers our relationship, and their life after the White House.
Hey everyone, I just want to talk to you real quick about something I've been working on lately. It's called the Michelle Obama Podcast. I can't wait for you to listen. In this first season, I'm going to be talking with some of the people I'm closest with. My mom, my brother, my friends, my colleagues, and many others. We'll be discussing the relationships that make us who we are. We'll be talking about the challenges and the joys of being a parent or a spouse, the friendships that help us through the toughest times, or the growth we experience when we lean on the colleagues and mentors around us.
And on to music news. You may recall a few months ago when Universal Music Group UMG announced the launch of new label Def Jam Africa to represent the best hip-hop and Afrobeat musicians on the continent. The label was initially based in Johannesburg, South Africa and Lagos in Nigeria, but now it is expanding into Francophone Africa with rappers Suspect 95 from Cote d'Ivoire, Omzo Dollar from Senegal, and Tenor from Cameroon signing on. And we can't wait to see what French-speaking artists bring to the label and to a wider market for African music. And let's go to South Africa, where the South African International Ballet Competition was forced online this year due to COVID-19. But becoming the first international ballet competition to go entirely virtual did not detract supporters. The event attracted competitors from 30 countries around the world, which is the largest participation ever for the biennial event. Maurice de Klerk reports from Johannesburg.
The COVID-19 pandemic's cancellation of most events almost crushed South African ballet dancer Sikombuzo Hlahleni's dream to compete worldwide. Instead, he became part of ballet history when the South African International Ballet Competition this year leapt into cyberspace. But taking part in a dance competition by recorded video, says Hlahleni, was not easy.
I haven't been on stage for quite some time, and because of this COVID. And I told myself that the only thing I need to do here is to have fun. And for me, it was quite challenging because audience wasn't there, the judges wasn't there. So I felt so lonely.
Africa's premier ballet contest is held every 2 years with age categories ranging from primary school children to adults. But because of safety concerns due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the competition was moved online. The number of participants almost doubled.
People didn't have to fly, so they saved a lot of money in the actual cost of attending.
Contestants recorded one classical and one contemporary performance to upload 2 weeks before the competition. A jury of global dance judges watched the recordings and then uploaded their video reviews. Jury chairperson and director of the Dutch National Ballet, Ted Branson, says he was at first skeptical of an online dance contest, but changed his mind.
It is a format that can actually work and that actually can give more opportunities to people who otherwise would be missing out. So it is a really valuable lesson. It has its pros and cons, but I think for this particular event, it has worked out really, really well.
During the week-long contest, ballet experts also offered online training and panel discussions. South African-born ballet dancer Toriso Magongwa says the virtual initiative is a ballet game-changer.
This is a huge platform for possibilities. So I think it's really literally opened the floodgates for possibilities for our students. To keep ballet as part of our lives, we've got to let it evolve.
The South African International Ballet Competition ended with a virtual awards ceremony and an online gala concert. Marise de Klerk for VOA News, Johannesburg.
Now, ballet might keep you on your toes, but this Netflix film will certainly have you jumping out of your seat. Now available on Netflix, South African film 8 explores how a family is tortured by demons. Directed by Harold Holscher, the film first premiered at the 3rd annual Joburg Film Festival last year and is now a hit on the streaming service. And as we end on this rather scary note, let's take a look at this horror story. And that's it for our show today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voanews.com. We are also on social media platforms like Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube, where you can watch and like our videos. Remember to subscribe and tell your friends. Until next time, stay safe. Goodbye, everyone.